Hello everyone, welcome back. In today's lesson, we are going to be covering the installation of Kali Linux. Kali Linux is a distribution of Linux that is made entirely for penetration testing. It comes with around 300 or so tools, many of which we're going to use throughout the course. Kali Linux is made by Offensive Security, which if you haven't noticed, this is the OSCP Offensive Security Certified Professional course, so that's convenient. The video is going to be covering installation of Kali, along with a brief overview. And the installation time today is around 30 minutes, perhaps an hour, depending on your connection speed. So make sure you allot that amount of time. So first things first, we're going to go ahead and open up a browser. We're going to go to Google or your favorite search engine. And then we're going to search for Offensive Security Kali Linux download. And it should bring you here to a page that says Kali Linux custom image downloads. It's important to go here as opposed to going to this kali.org downloads. I will show you both. Let's go ahead and open both here. If you come to this download page, the main download page from the kali.org website, you're going to get a bunch of ISO files. If you're comfortable with downloading an ISO file and installing it into your favorite virtualization tool, you are more than welcome if you are comfortable setting it up on your own. What's provided by Offensive Security, however, are packaged downloads. So if we look here, we have VMware, we have VirtualBox, we have Hyper-V. All of these are already imaged, so you don't have to run through the setup, you don't have to run through anything. You just boot it up and it's there. So that's what I really recommend for you. And throughout this course, I am going to be using VMware. VirtualBox is another great option. VirtualBox is free. VMware is free with some limitations. If you have preference on either, go ahead. For this tutorial, I am going to show you how to install the VMware image. It's going to be nearly identical for the VirtualBox. So go ahead now and download your image. Come back once you have it downloaded and we will continue the installation. Okay, so from here, we're going to go ahead and open our download folder. We're going to double click on our icon here. And that's going to bring us to the installation. So we're importing a virtual machine. It's going to ask us what we want to name it, and it's going to ask us where we want to store it. Unless you have any preferences here, you can go ahead and just click import. I'm going to go ahead and cancel now. This process should take a few minutes for you. And then when you are done with that, it should start your boot menu. I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So until you get to that point, go ahead and pause and resume the video when you get to here. So now that we're here, Kali is going to go ahead and start automatically loading. It should take maybe 10-15 seconds, and then you will come to a login screen as such. I'm going to go ahead and make this full screen so we can see if it wants to cooperate. For some reason it does not. Okay, so your username is going to be root, and then your password is going to be Tor, T-O-O-R, which is root backwards. Give it a few seconds, and now we are logged in. So the first thing that I'm going to have you do, and this is the first just good security practice and first thing that OSCP course is going to have you do as well, is change your password. So if we come into a terminal here, I'm going to make it a little bit bigger so that you guys can see it. The command to change your password is password, P-A-S-S-W-D. Go ahead and type in any password you like. I'm just going to make mine simple. And now, once you've done that and it says updated successfully, go ahead and log out, and let's try logging back in just to confirm that you are set with your password. Okay, so now we are back in. So I want to give you a brief overview really quickly of some of the tools and layout that you're just going to see throughout Kali Linux. I'm not going to go into anything right now. as we go through the course, you're going to see the majority of these tools. So if you look over to your left, this is your favorites bar. You should be able to customize this to your liking. You will have your Firefox and your terminal and your folders right here. And the rest is just kind of however you feel. This is the defaults. If you feel like changing this, feel free to go ahead throughout the course. You have your apps button down here. So if you click on that, it'll bring up all of your applications that are hiding. Another good place, if you hit escape, we can come into applications. And Kali has kind of set up some categories here with tools. So if you have information gathering to do or vulnerability analysis to do, you can look kind of through these tool sets and find it a little bit easier. Especially if you don't know what you're looking for and you just kind of want to learn about some of these tools, feel free to go ahead and look at these. So if you want to go ahead and do wireless attacks, then maybe you don't know what CalPatty is, do some research on it. It never hurts. This course is going to be all about research. You're going to find all kinds of twists and turns and tricks in a lot of the boxes that you encounter, and especially in a lot of the boxes that we're going to do at the end of the course. So feel free to study on your own time and study beyond what I teach you, because the more tools you know, the better off you're going to be in the real world. Another thing I want to mention as we're getting into this is to take good notes. So there are reporting tools here. My favorite and the Kali Offensive Security recommended is KeepNote. Some people don't like it. I've encountered people that prefer Cherry Tree or they prefer OneNote. Try them all. See which one you like. I prefer KeepNote because it's straightforward, it was easy, and I was able to save all my notes. Some people have had issues with it. I did not encounter those. But I do recommend taking notes, keeping trees, just getting familiar with it, practice with it. Do it to my course and see if you like it. If not, you can always change, but you're going to have to keep good notes. You're going to need to know walkthroughs of boxes and tools and document all of your exercises throughout the whole course. So once again, my recommendation is KeepNote. I also want to recommend that you make backups constantly of your notes and your Kali box. So what I did, at least throughout my course, was I used my KeepNote and I saved it to a shared folder that I shared with my Windows machine. And then that shared folder went to a Google Drive. So if my Kali box crashed, then I still had it on my Windows machine, and God forbid my Windows machine crashed, then I still had it out in Google Drive, because it would be terrible to get midway or all the way through the labs and then lose all of your notes. You're going to need them. It's very, very important. Another thing is, as I mentioned, saving your snapshots. So if you come up here, you can take a snapshot of your virtual machine. Why that's important is it saves the state of your virtual machine as it is right now. So let's say you're working through this course, you're working in the labs, and you want to save all of your documentations, your scripts, your notes, any information on boxes that you've hacked. Go ahead and take a snapshot. If you're doing the OSCP course, I'd recommend you take a snapshot every single day. Every time you close up for the day, take a snapshot, because your box will crash, you will lose notes. I can assure you of that. So that is going to be critical. Notes and taking backups of everything. One last thing I want to mention is, while we are installing this version of Kali, don't get too comfortable with it. There's going to be some tweaks and tools that are not in here that you are going to have in your Kali box. OSCP will provide you with your own Kali image. They just updated it, so it's actually fairly consistent with what we're using. Some of the tools are a little older because their course hasn't been updated as much in the last couple of years, so they kind of want to keep the tools the same. So you will be using their version of Kali. Once again, it's going to be the similar installation. They'll give you all of the information on how to do that when the time comes. So for now, let's focus on using this one, but just know that you're going to be using a different Kali box in the future. So from here, that is it. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me or my LinkedIn. And that is it. So until next time.